So, I must tell you that I am in an exceptionally good mood. So I'm going to give lots of blessings tonight to everyone. My good friend, and perhaps for many of you, your good friend, Shekhar Agrawal, was in the hospital this week. I went to visit him, and he's now back home recuperating. I promised yesterday I went to see him, and I promised him and the family that I would dedicate tonight's lecture for his recovery. I hope that you will agree with that by saying Hare Krishna. I'd like to chant some preliminary invocation mantras before I begin my lecture. Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitang Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayang Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagurajatam Sahagana Raghunath Tanvitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitang Savadhutang Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devang Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vitangscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Trinadapi Sunichena Torar Iva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Hare Nama Hare Nama Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Kalo Nastyeva 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 Gatiranyata. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Tonight, Krishna inspired me actually late last night and early this morning. Krishna sent me the usual text message in my heart. And Krishna said to speak on a particular verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. So, before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, who is here in this temple, on the altar, and of course on the Vyasasan, would always invoke what is known as the 10-syllable mantra, which was chanted by Dhruva Maharaj and others, Chitraketu. So this mantra is very powerful. Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is known as Nigama Kalpataru Galitam Phalam. There is an analogy that all the Vedic scriptures, there are so many Vedic scriptures, is like a desire tree. A desire tree is found in the spiritual world. You can get anything, any fruit, anything you desire when you approach a kalpa vriksha, a spiritual desire tree. So all the Vedic literatures are compared to such a desire tree of knowledge, because the word Veda means knowledge. But the ripened fruit of that tree is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for persons who are free from envy. They are the ones who can gain access. So you must become free from envy. And the Srimad Bhagavatam is describing God and his relationships with his devotees. We learn from Bhagavad Gita that all of us have an eternal relationship with God. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita claims us as his parts and parcels, angsha. So we automatically, inherently have a connection with Krishna. And this Srimad Bhagavatam is a science. The science of establishing that forgotten, loving relationship. The Srimad Bhagavatam is a major conversation, and there are sub-conversations within that. The Bhagavatam proper actually begins in the second canto, when Maharaj Parikshit is hearing the answers to his questions from his spiritual master Shukadeva Goswami, who appeared at the end of the first canto. And Parikshit's initial question is, I have 7 days to live. Tell me, what is my real duty at this crucial time? What should I be doing at this time? And Shukadev, in the second canto, begins to explain the science of God, Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukadev learned this science from his father, Vyasadeva, who is the compiler and author of all the Vedas. We call him Veda Vyas. He is the incarnation of God. So Shukadev begins systematically, scientifically, starting from the beginning and explaining to Parikshit the science of Godhead, preparing him for the 10th canto. The 10th canto is an explanation of a very famous verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tyaktva dehang purnar janma naiti mameti sarjuna. In that verse, Krishna tells Arjuna that if you're able to understand my birth in activities which are divyam, divine, transcendental, not material, not mundane. If you can understand these tattvata in truth, factually, then the result, after this life, you go to Krishna and live with him in his abode. That's the benefit. So that Janma Karma Chame Divyam is explained in Bhagavatam, specifically in this 10th canto. In 90 chapters, Shukadev informs Parikshit from even before Krishna's appearance all the way to the end. Actually, in the 11th canto is the narration of Krishna's disappearance. So in the beginning of the 10th canto, Parikshit reveals to us how he has actually learned things from his guru. That is the mark. You may have a guru, but the mark is, have you actually learned anything? Have you actually realized anything? And by this 4th verse of the 10th canto, Parikshit Maharaj reveals to us that yes, he has learned sufficiently, and now he's ready to hear Krishna Tattva, the truth of Krishna. So this verse is a very powerful verse. One of my favorite Bhagavatam verses. Nivrittatarshaya upagiyamanad bhavau shadach chotra manobhiramat ka uttama shloka gunanuvadat puman virajeta vina pashubnat. My spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, has instructed that a very nice way to explain shlokas is to go by the synonyms for each of the Sanskrit words. And in this verse, there are many significant Sanskrit words. The one that jumps out immediately, everybody say, Uttama Shloka. The meaning of Uttama Shloka. Krishna, of course, has unlimited numbers of names. Namnamakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. And in each of those names, Krishna has invested his potencies and qualities. That's why we chant Krishna's names, in order to get the blessings from Krishna. You all want blessings, otherwise why would you have come? But what we don't realize is Krishna is giving you all blessings when you chant his innumerable names. So again, Uttama Shloka, because that is my methodology. Always get you to chant. That's my secret of success. And it also tells me, do I have your attention? So Uttama Shloka means that Krishna is so wonderful that when devotees and sadhus and saints describe him, they use only the choicest, nicest descriptions. For instance, when you make your resume, you're looking for a new job, you make that resume look pakka, right? Because you want the job. So you churn it and make sure, is everything there? Is it nicely? So in the same way, when the devotees describe Krishna, they use very select special words. Therefore, again, Uttama Shloka. Now, in this verse, there is two words, Bhava Aushadhat. Bhava means material existence. That is our current situation. Material existence. Bhava means to be in material existence. But Aushadhat, that is a different word. How many here are doctors? Yes. So Aushadhat means Aushadhi. herbal medicine. But this medicine is not a material medicine. So, in the Vedic scriptures, many times bhava, or material existence, is compared to the diseased condition, because the real healthy position is the liberated position, when you are moksha, mukti, liberated. That is the healthy. But as soon as I come to the material world, then I'm in a diseased condition. But the topics of Krishna, or Krishna Katha, everybody say? Krishna Katha is aushadhi. It's the specific medicine to cure the material disease of repeated birth and death. That is one of the things. As soon as somebody takes birth in a Vedic Hindu family, immediately they learn this concept of repeat samsara, repeated birth and death. So the cure for that repeated birth and death is the hearing of the topics of Krishna. And therefore, aushadhi, special medicine. Now, this other word here is that nivritta tarshai. So in the Vedas, there are two general paths, nivritti marg and pravritti marg. Pravritti marg means I'm following the rules and regulations, but my objective is better and better material facilities. I want to progress better. But that's actually still feeding the disease. Because even Krishna admits in Bhagavad Gita that from the highest material planet down to the lowest, one thing is in common. You still have to undergo temporary suffering. Dukhalayam ashaspatam. There is no real permanent happiness to be found in this material existence. It's not designed that way. But we settle for temporary happiness and distress. So pravritti marg, yes, most people are executing pravritti marg, regardless of the religion. Most people, they are performing religious rites. Why? They want to improve their material life. But then there's this other marg or path. Nivritti means I want to come to the healthy stage. I want to walk the path of liberation. I want to gain release from this material existence, so that after this life, I can return home back to Godhead and live with Krishna. So, Navritta Tarshai, Parikshit Maharaj says that there is something called a taste or a lust for material enjoyment. That's there in this material world. We all have it to a lesser or greater degree. So, Parikshit is telling his guru what he has learned. That actually, if I want to actually relish these topics of Krishna, Krishna Katha, then I have to become released from materialistic, lusty activities. After all, Parikshit only has 7 days to finish up his business. Parikshit has already learned in the first 9 cantos that if he still has material body, or material desires, he has to come back and take birth again. He understands, because he learned that. Shukadev is very thorough doctor. He's a spiritual doctor. And he's been teaching Parikshit. Parikshit. Like Prabhupada used to tell us, his disciples, even you have a pinch of desire for rasgula, you got to come back and take birth again. You have to become free from all kinds, as it says here, tarshai or trishna, a thirst for sense gratification. So, this Srimad Bhagavatam or Krishna Katha is the medicine to cure that lusty material hankering. That's why devotees who are serious, they read Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam because they want to get to the healthy state. It's just like this. You have a balance. One side goes up, the other side has to come down. They can't both go up when it's on a balance or a swing, a teeter-totter. One goes up, one goes down. So, in order to rise to that spiritual platform, liberation, the material activities, the material thirst has to go down. You have a fever, right? You have to bring the fever down so that you're nice 98.6 or what, I don't know what the new, okay, whatever it is. But when it gets 100, 203, it's serious, right? I think death is 105, is that correct? What's that? 107, oh, yes, okay. Anyway, you want to bring the fever down. So this Trishna, or desire for material enjoyment, is like a fever. So this medicine, Oshadi, brings that material fever down simply by hearing and chanting the glories of Krishna. The process has been made so simple in this Kali Yuga. It's been made so simple. In previous ages, like in Satya Yuga, you had to do meditation for thousands of years before you could realize God. Or in the next age, Treta Yuga, you had to perform costly sacrifices, very costly, with utensils made of gold. Yes. And you had to have expert brahmanas, purohits, who knew how to chant the mantras perfectly and knew all the procedures. Then, in the next stage, Dwarapara Yuga, the method was gorgeous worship of the deity. You should be very happy. Here, your temple, your deities are worshipped. Very nice. Very, very nice. And we should bring our worship up to A status. Like, you see the restaurants. You don't go to C or D restaurants. Why? Because the kitchen is not clean. You look for the restaurant A. Then you're not going to get sick. So similarly, the goal is to bring the standard of worship so we get A rating. That's our goal. Now, more nice words in this shloka. Srotra mana abhiramat. We learn from the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, you know what is your main enemy? It's not the Democrats or the Republicans or Russia. No. Our main enemy is the mind. That's the real enemy. The mind, Krishna says, if your mind is under control, your mind becomes your best friend. But if the mind is not controlled, Krishna uses a word, ripu, enemy. An uncontrolled mind is your greatest enemy. Prahlad, there's the picture of Prahlad and Nisringa and Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad told his father, my dear father, you think Vishnu is your enemy? No. Your real enemy is your uncontrolled mind and senses, my dear father. He told him very, very gently, but at the same time, straight, 5-year-old boy. That's your real enemy, my father. He called him Asura, I forget the word, the best of the demons. So, this hearing of the, as it says here, Abhiramat, pleasing glorification of Krishna. This refers to something that in the 3rd canto, Kapil Dev spoke to his mother Devahuti. Kapil Dev said that topics about me, because Kapil Dev is God, he's an incarnation of Krishna. So he's instructing his mother, topics about me are very pleasing to the heart, to the ear. Very, very pleasing. And when does it become very relishable? In the society of devotees. I see tonight we have very nice full house. That's good. That means I guess I'm doing my job. But when there's more devotees hearing and chanting, then it becomes even more sweeter. It becomes more relishable. Because, as I said at the beginning, you're here because you're free from envy. If you were not free from envy, you wouldn't walk through the door. But you're here, this tells me, I'm with devotees who are free from envy. Therefore, I can speak on these topics. I can't go to some club in Las Vegas and start speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam. They'll kick me down the street because they're not free from envy. They don't want to hear. But here we have nice atmosphere. You can hear the tambura. You can hear? Sets a nice, peaceful atmosphere. Also calms me down. Yes, very important. So, the process has been made, I was mentioning, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Dwapara Yuga. But in Kali, the process has been made simple. Hear and chant. Can it be any easier? Just hear and chant the glories of Krishna. Or say you like Ram. Okay, no problem. Hey Ram, hey Ram. Everybody. Just hear the glories of God. And the more you hear, you will get a different kind of thirst. As opposed to the material, lusty thirst, it will be replaced with a spiritual thirst. And that spiritual thirst will enliven and enthuse you. For instance, before you came from practically 5 o'clock till 6, I was doing kirtan. And that's why I'm so fired up right now. If you do long periods of hearing and chanting, you will feel nice, soothing vibration. It will calm you down. So now, we come to the last line. Now, Maharaj Parikshit, as I said at the beginning, Parikshit is revealing to his guru what he has realized so far. He has heard 8, 9 cantos of Bhagavatam. Now the 10th is beginning. He's about to hear, because At the end of the 9th canto, Shukadev said, now I'm going to explain everything about Krishna himself. In the previous cantos, he described many avatars: Vamana, Nisringa, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Ram, Parashuram. So many incarnations are explained in the first 9 cantos. So Parikshit is revealing now, I'm going to hear about Krishna. So he says, yes, now there is only one person who will not be able to appreciate Krishna Katha. There's only one person. What is that person? Pashugnat. Pashugnat has 2 meanings. One, the animal killer, the butcher. Those who are directly engaged in killing animals, they will not have any interest or any desire to spend time hearing and chanting. There is the story of Narada Muni. He saw a hunter. His name was Mrigari, enemy of the animals. That was his name. And his father had taught him how to kill animals half so that they suffer more. And they spend hours gasping until they... So Narada appeared, and this hunter Mrigari became amazed at Narada's potency, because what did Narada do? He released all the half-dead animals. He has that potency. Narada is sometimes addressed Bhagavan. He has all powers, empowered by Krishna. So when Mrigari saw, he said, why did you let them go? I'm enjoying this, what I was taught from my father. And Narada said, you don't realize. And he showed him, here is what's going to happen to you in your next life. And he saw that he was going to go to hell. And all the animals that he killed were going to come and kill him, one after the other for thousands of lifetimes. So Mrigari freaked out. Oh, I don't want that. So Mrigari said, how can I become free? So Narada said, break your bow. Break my bow? How am I going to eat? Narada said, I will take care of that. You break your bow and you follow this bhakti. He taught him how to chant. Narada taught Dhruva how to chant. I mentioned Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. In 6 months, the Lord appeared to Dhruva. That's real chanting. I've been chanting for 40 years. Krishna still has not come. So there's a difference between Dhruva's chanting and my chanting. So he told Mrigari, you engage in this chanting and you've broken your bow. Why do you have to break the bow? Meaning you have to give up sinful life. In his case, he had to give up killing animals, because the animal killer will not be able to relish these nice topics of Krishna Katha. But then there's the other Pashugnat. The other Pashugnat is the person who is deliberately neglecting spiritual life. He is also Atmaha. Atmaha means killer of the soul. Prabhu, what do you mean killer of the soul? I read Bhagavad Gita. The soul cannot be killed. What are you talking about? Now, this is a different connotation. Atmaha, killer of the soul, means even though I have a soul, I neglect it. Say, you're growing a garden, but if you don't pull the weeds, if you don't water, what's going to happen to your garden? It's not going to flourish. Anybody ever tried to raise tomatoes? Right? Lots of work. My daughter tries to grow fruits and vegetables in her garden, but who comes? Rabbits. Rabbits eat everything. She gets so frustrated. So you have to take care. So if I neglect this soul, who I really am, if I don't spend any quality time nourishing the soul, then what am I doing? I'm killing myself. Because the real goal of human life, the ultimate goal, is to return back to Krishna, to be with Krishna, to love Krishna, to dance with Krishna. But I have to become serious about cultivating my spiritual life. Just like we see now in the past so many years, yoga has become very popular in America. Mostly they're doing it for the material benefits. Most. But that's okay, that's good. Right? It's good. Right? Because at least they realize, well, I want to take care of this body nicely. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the same token, I have to take care of the real me, the soul. In the Bhagavatam, first canto, there is a nice analogy Prabhupada gives. Say you have a nice bird. You have a bird in a cage. Now, if you take care of the cage and dress it up and clean it, but you don't feed the bird, what's going to happen? The bird will die. So, we all have, actually, in the Upanishads and in the 11th canto, Krishna, in speaking to Uddhava, says, in the body there are two birds, the soul and Krishna as super soul. There are two birds within the body. So this analogy of neglecting the bird, in other words, yes, taking care of the body is like taking care of the cage. But the real thing is to take care of the bird, the soul within the cage. That is the whole lesson of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna begins from that platform. You're not the cage. You are the bird within the cage. That should be your priority. The very first aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra begins with this statement that now you have appeared in this human form of life, Brahma Jigyasa. Start to inquire about spirit, about God, Brahma Jigyasa. We spend so much time, stock market, the politics, this, taking care of the family, taking care of the business. Yes, we all do that. That's unavoidable. But we must not neglect Brahma Jigyasa, inquiry into the absolute truth. That's why this class is very important. Because me, I'm different. Every day I spend hours studying. Otherwise, how I can give the best lectures, huh? I have to study. So, each of you, I don't know what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, but at least on Sunday, come and hear this Brahma Jigyasa, inquiry into the nature of the absolute truth. Don't become Atmaha. Don't deny the existence of the soul. That is the message. We're now starting a new year. Some of us will make New Year's resolutions, and of course, after 1 month, we break them. But there should be a spiritual New Year's resolution that I'm going to spend more quality time with the bird in the cage. That I have to do. I have to spend more quality time. Just like sometimes the family situation, something is not right. Nobody's getting along. So people go to psychiatrists, psychologists, and they'll tell you, oh, are you spending quality time with the family? Or everybody's at the dinner table and they're watching their cell phone and nobody's talking to each other. That's very common in America. Not you, but others. Yes. Yes. Quality time. So in the same way, you have to spend some everyday quality time for you and Krishna. People, as we get older, the doctors, people tell us, oh, you need to do some exercise. Don't become a couch potato. Keep active. Keep active. So in the same way, and so it's a little struggle in the beginning. I don't know. But because you know better, you make the effort. So in the same way, there should be effort made hearing and chanting the glories of Krishna. Either reading Bhagavad Gita, or if you're so advanced, to read Srimad Bhagavatam, and a little bit every day, you begin to, how should I say, build up an account, a spiritual account. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Nehabhikrama nashosti pratyavayo navidyate svalpam. That's the key word. Svalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. Even a little bit of endeavor can save you from the most dangerous type of fear. Even a little bit. So if you can do a little chanting, a little reading of the scriptures every day, you starts to accrue. And nobody can touch that account. Nobody. It's your account, and the only one that can affect that account is you. So just like I'm sure you're checking all your 401s and your investments, and you're very conscientious, I don't want to lose one penny. So in the same way, I should be very much interested in harnessing my spiritual bank account. Every time you come to the temple, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Every time I get you to say, Hare Krishna, I have just now, you can thank me later, I just now increased your spiritual account. Because you spent the last 40 minutes hearing this katha, it says directly in Bhagavatam, oh, Srinvata Swakata Krishna, Punyasravana Kirtana, Hridayantaksto Hi Abhadrani Vidhunoti Suritsatam. Because you sat here and patiently heard my vituperation, Krishna in your heart is very, very pleased with you right now. And what has he done? He's gone in there and cleansed you of material contamination. Just by paying attention, you have made Krishna very, very happy. So continue to participate in this temple. Let's make 2020 the best year ever for this temple. Let's all of us become free from envy, cooperate together, serve each other, and try. Is it going to get done this year? The temple will be constructed in 2020. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Show me how to chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I will finish up with one little thing. Last couple of days, I have been recording the story of Sudama Brahmana. Next Sunday, I will be in San Diego, and I will give a lecture on the story of Sudama Brahmana. So I read today something very interesting about that pastime. That Sudama was thinking, how I can offer this chipped rice to Krishna. It's not worthy of him. But Krishna, knowing, said, no, Sudama, I want that chipped rice. And what Krishna said to Sudama just made me feel so nice. Krishna said to Sudama, the actual thing that someone offers me doesn't matter. Whether something is nice, expensive, or that's not what matters, Krishna told Sudama. I only care about the love and devotion of how the thing is offered. And Sudama was reluctant, so Krishna snatched the handkerchief which had the chipped rice. And he was eating it. And he was going to eat a second morsel when Rukmini stopped him. She actually grabbed his hand. She said, no, you can't do that. If you do that, I'm going to have to go and reside in the Brahmin's house. I want to stay with you. If he feeds you that, I'll have to be. So just seek. And Krishna also explained to Sudama, because in that narration, Krishna quotes the same verse that he does in Bhagavad Gita. Patrang pushpam palam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti uparitam ashnami prayatatma. The same verse Krishna repeats in this Bhagavatam. So there's an esoteric meaning why the word bhaktya is used twice. And the reason it's used twice is that just as the devotee offers to Krishna with love and devotion, Krishna reciprocates and offers devotion to his devotee. So, Krishna loves you, and all he wants from you is just a little fruit, flower, water. But what's the main thing? Love and devotion. Let's all chant the Maha Mantra. Merry Christmas.